8 years old when I saw a little friend of mine practicing her dance, and I was instantly smitten by it. And I asked her a question: what is the name of this dance form? And she responded, this is Kuchipudi. I accompanied her to the dance class next day, and I knew I had to learn it. And not knowing where this was going and what I was doing, I decided to expand into that space of learning and leave my comfort zone behind. And I had a typical life of an 8-year-old then. My school homework, friends, family, etc. 8 months later, when I was about 9 years old, I gave my first dance debut. That was me at the age of 9. And I continued to perform after and after and after. And even today, I volunteer at Kuchipudi Dance Academy in Washington, D.C., and I still perform solo and with my daughter, who also chose to explore the art. And interestingly, all the elements in my life reconfigured themselves to pull in this new element called dance into my already full box. And my life realigned itself to pull this element called dance, which was my passion then. Another pivotal moment presented itself to me when I was barely 22. My best friend was at a crossroads of her career. She just lost her job and did not know where to go and what the future held for her. While I had a full box life, I had a newfound job, my family, friends, and dance. Yes, dance has become a part of my life by then. She sought my support to take the next big step in her career. And again, not knowing what I was doing and where this was leading me to, I made a decision to be an entrepreneur and grow into the space of entrepreneurship. So together, me and her grew into a space of event management with nobody to guide us, with no particular vision of where this was leading us, and no expertise in the field whatsoever. About 6 months later, we held a competitive school event with 10,000 students in 2 cities and 15,000 audience attended our awards ceremony. And again, thank you. And again, interestingly, all the elements in my current life then reconfigured themselves to pull in this new element called entrepreneurship seamlessly into my preconceived full box. Now, the box I'm referring to is the social, cultural, and emotional space we all have. It is the self-inflicted and self-imposed constraints and mental blocks we all have, dictated by societal norms. It is, in fact, the box like this that you're seeing. It is the very ecosystem we're all in. It is our goals, dreams, aspirations on one side, while we have the nagging disbelief that these dreams can translate to reality in time, in the moment, step by step. It is also the apprehension we all have about the viability, feasibility, and doability of our dreams coming true. And the space also has a syndrome called one day I will do it. The subconscious belief we all hold actively is that our box is full and that we are doing everything we can and that we are doing our best. while we internally know that there is so much more to be done. So we are afraid to venture outside the dotted lines of this box. So we constrain ourselves to the socially accepted parameters. So gradually, ever so slowly, the walls of this box become permanent, strong, and beyond re-examination of where we want to go or what we want to do. And we are often afraid to disturb the delicate balance, delicate apple cart of our lives. So let's look at what are some of the common elements of our box. It's a typical box I'm talking about. So get an education, get a job, get married, raise a family, buy a home, etc. And there's inherently nothing really wrong with this construct at all. However, if you pause and ponder, is this all you want to be? Is this the complete potential that you wanted to realize? Is this the real you? I'm certain that the answers to these questions, most of the answers to these questions, is probably a no. All of us and most of us has a desire to improve, be at a certain stage and reach a certain level of existence. We just have to take that next step forward. And today, I want to share 3 tools with you all that help me step outside my comfort zone into a space of growth and expansion. And I have a question to mention to you. And when you have an answer to this question, I invite you all to have this answer as the backdrop for the rest of the time I have with you today. The question is, what would you do if you had all the time and money in life? So let me share the 3 tools that I have adopted in my own life. And I've truly stepped into a space of expansion and growth. The 3 tools are: adopt expansive mindset, sprint it, and fail fast. And I would like to really explore each of these tools with you all. Adopting expansive mindset is about having growth mindset over fixed mindset. And growth mindset is pushed forward by Carol Dweck, a Stanford professor of psychology and the best-selling author. And her research is based on a fundamental question. Why do some people succeed while others with similar skills and abilities do not? And she gathered that the mindsets of people play a critical role in the process. And her research is based on these 2 mindsets, growth mindset and fixed mindsets, which is fundamental to all our lives. So individuals with fixed mindsets have a propensity to put in minimal effort and have low tolerance for risk. And they're okay with the proportionate results. Failures are seen as failures and as permanent. And when obstacles are encountered, they tend to give up. And they also view skills, abilities, talents as something which cannot be grown. And the basic traits of human beings like intelligence and talented are fixed and cannot be improved. Consequentially and expectedly, the lives of fixed mindset individuals are safe, yet sterile. They have lost opportunities. And they have the sense of nagging of miss the bus mindset. Now, with the growth mindset, individuals with growth mindsets embrace challenges. They would love a chance to experiment. They view obstacles and failures as stepping stones and feedback and learning loops to propel towards something larger and more significant, more sustainable. And they view the skills, abilities, and talents as something they can improve on. They look at intelligence and talent as something they can acquire and improve on. Growth mindset is all about continuous improvement. In fact, growth mindset is about an attitude that you can start no matter where you are, and you can improve no matter where you are. It's about continuous improvement. It's Kaizen, a Japanese term, K being improvement and Zen being good. And with the growth mindset, you'll be able to adopt the space and you'll be able to step into a space of growth and expansion. If you want to grow and if you want to expand, you need to take the next step. Nobody else has the power. So as Denzel Washington said, ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Pretty profound, isn't it? Now, the next tool I want to introduce you all to is Sprint It. You all must have heard the saying, life is a marathon, not a sprint. There is certainly merit in that saying, and we all need to pace ourselves to ensure that we have adequate resources to see us through that journey. However, the difference is the attitude and the approach we apply to the journey, an approach that I call sprinting. And this sprint is not the dictionary definition of sprinting, which is accelerating towards a short-term goal. Rather, this sprinting is from Agile lean mindset, which is incremental and small steps towards something much larger. Achieving your goals, your dreams, your aspirations can be intimidating, overwhelming. Honestly, it can be daunting. And you cannot be in your desired state tomorrow. It's a process. And don't you all agree that most of us give up after the first few attempts at your goal? Because the journey seems long and sometimes indefinite. And in fact, most of us don't even start for the fear of failure. So, for example, your desire is to be that of an artist. You cannot be an artist tomorrow. And most of us don't have the luxury of pausing our day-to-day grind and focus on becoming an artist. Rather, bring 10 minutes of practice or 15 minutes of that experience to your day-to-day life. Pull it into your box little by little, sprint by sprint. Chunk it down, break it down into smaller tasks, smaller goals. Bring it into your life as you go. These could be experiments, small experiments, or baby steps. And these small experiments and baby steps will provide you valuable insights into what works and what does not. It in fact creates a space for confidence and a possibility to course correct sooner than later. It reduces the risk and the sunk cost of time and effort. The power of sprinting and taking these baby steps is that you do not have to displace significant elements of your current life to pull in this new element into your box. Sprints seamlessly integrate into your current life. But the power of sprinting is over a long period of time, you will see results and your goals being manifested surely, steadily, with much stronger, sustainable, and visible results. And the last tool I have for you is fail fast. As counterintuitive that this might sound, to most of us who grew up with conventional wisdom, isn't it better to fail fast than holding on to an idea forever? When we experiment and explore our dreams, aspirations, and goals, failures are inevitable outcome. And these failures bring in learning and feedback loops to propel us towards something larger and something more significant. So bring in the failures as part of your journey. And in fact, failing fast is not about huge challenges at all. It's about the little ones. It's about embracing several challenges with an attitude that some might work and grow, while some might just fail and die. It's about an attitude of embracing a challenge with an open mind towards success or failure. Failing fast provides you with options, with avenues. Learn to experiment with safe and fast ways to fail. And this should not be misconstrued as something that you're planning to fail. Rather, this is broadly advocated as something that you have equanimity towards success or failure and use the failures as your learning loops, feedback loops for something more successful and bring in the learnings to your box. And there are several strong benefits to failing fast. The first one being, you do not have to commit to something which might be a potential failure in future because you've already done the baby experiment and step. And you can establish a clear connection between the cause and the effect of the failure and success. So you'll be able to determine your course and course correction in time rather than accruing a huge cost at the end. And you could firmly establish what works and what does not, because your experiments tell you that. And the fourth one being, it minimizes the potential risk. And it gives you the efficiencies and the productivity of the applied methods. Walt Disney once said, all our dreams can come true if only we have the courage to pursue them. So I want to leave you all with this thought. Your box is only as small or only as big as you make it. Thank you.